Hello student, welcome back to homework 16. So in homework 16 we're practicing the mediator pattern. In the last lecture before this we talked about distributed collaboration. So this is where each of these components are going to have to talk to a label fox when you change something. So for example, if I were to change the line edit, if I were to tell it to go big, the line edit is going to have to directly tell label fox to update itself. Now for a very simple program, this is pretty neat, but when you add label foxes, so if I were to have 4 different label foxes in this program, I'm going to have to do 4 different updates when I change my line edit. And so there's going to be 4 connections to 4 different label fox here per component. Now if I were to scale this to say 100 label foxes, now we're going to have connections everywhere and our program is generally going to be very inefficient. So the better way of doing this is the mediator pattern, which is where our main window is going to be the mediator. Each of these components is going to talk to our mediator. When you change something in it, it's going to tell the mediator to update all the label foxes. So in this example where we only have 1 label fox, if we were to say check the checkbox mode, it's going to tell the mediator, and the mediator is in turn going to update our label fox. If we were to scale this to have 100 label foxes, we're still only going to have 1 connection per component to the mediator. But instead, the mediator is going to have 100 connections to 100 label foxes. So you can see this is going to have a lot less connection than if you were to have to, in the previous example, connect per label fox and each of the components. So this is my solution to this homework 16. In this problem, we have a mediator, which is our main window that kind of does everything. So first, I'm going to comment quickly on each component. We needed to have each of these my font change objects because, I guess a better way to explain this is, so we needed 2 connect options here per component because for Qt to work, Qt takes in a signal and a slot, and each of these parameters has to match. So the problem is each of these functions that we have, the default functions that comes with it, so editing finished, clicked, change index, they all have their own default like no parameter int, and each of the parameter in signal and slot has to match. So we have to make our own classes. So we have my horizontal slider, my radial button, for us to kind of make an adapter. So I change to be able to pass this object to our actual mediator function, which is act_by_uChange. So in act_by_uChange, we take in this QObject sender, and then we can check which component is sending the command. This is kind of your meat of the burger. And here we check if the component line edit is the one who's sending the command. So if it is, then we adjust accordingly. So if we were to get small, medium, or big, we'll change the size. And then we'll update our slider, and we'll update our slider, and then we'll update the combo box. So a quick demonstration of how the program works. Let me hide this. So if I were to type big, this changes my font, combo box, and the slider all the way to the right. It's very intuitive how you expected it to. Everything updates when you change. So when I clicked medium, notice how the slider went to the middle, 20. And then the text updated. If I change some of these texts, it doesn't change my font to small. It just changes the font. Slider works as expected. And that's about it. So this homework isn't really complicated at all. Some of the most common problems that ran into this program is, so there's a lot of no submissions or the program doesn't work. And also a lot of changing components doesn't update some component or all components. So we had some student that did, so big would change our label fox to big, but the font size won't update and our slider won't change at all. And then finally, the other most common mistake wasn't a lot of people, but some students took homework 15 and just edited it and they didn't use the mediator pattern, which is what we're looking for in homework 16. So that's it for this video. Thank you and good luck in your studies.